Yo, what it do? Good morning. One moment. Just making sure everything is set up, and then we'll go in. A little bit behind this morning because I wrapped up my morning meeting, so I apologize. What's up, Hisoka, Mitchell, James, Akil, Boogeyman, Stitch, Godson? How's it going, guys? Again, I apologize. I'm kind of a little bit behind. I'm trying to hurry up and do this while, So we got MD71, huh? It's gonna be fun. 700 mil. Oh, boy. It'll be a good one. 349, 373, 528. Yeah, this one will be tough. Good. Glad to hear. How's it going, Octavio? Who is that team? Never heard of them. MD71 is actually pretty well known. I think they do a lot of mergers, if I remember right. I think they played like ROK and 4KO. Nope. 1 moment too early. I don't have my stuff set up for Garrison. Oops. Oh, man. I should awaken Claude and use him in one of my top 3 marches, absolutely. He'll be one of those heroes you don't replace for a long time in your 5 march setup. Even 3 march setup. Where'd that mover go? Or is he still just in the helipad? Who do I use him with? I'm a ranged player. Probably Sharon would be best. 55 should spawn now. Yeah, there we go. I should have grabbed that one, huh? Whoops. I need to back up here. Just getting hard targeted by this guy. Push him back. They're sitting on the fight too long. They're sitting on the fight too long. They're sitting on the fight too long. No, we're not gonna get this one. Fuck. Oh, we got one of them. Actually, I don't know which side. Is that the other side? We might have gotten it on the other side. That's fine. Let's just rip these guys. Get that one out of here. Get that one out of here. Yeah, I just use her for leading the field. No reason not to. Save face on that march. What time? B45. I don't know who their whales are. I actually need to see. So it's Hellos or whatever the fuck. Helios. I have a minute and a half. Do we need a group for that? Hi, baby girl. Good morning. Huh? Yeah, I'll get you in a minute. I'll get you in a minute. You have to wait a minute. Let's see if Hellos is in his base. Might be. Who this? 292. Come on, I need my other marches to group up here. Slow fucking marches. There we go. Get some bases burned before middle. Just take some players out of the game. Zero this base. I'm just gonna go for the bases here, fuck it. Gonna let all this reset so I can just run to middle. I'm distracting a bunch of them here. All these guys that are fighting me here are not at bio. We should have bio then because of it. Nice. Protect her. Okay, as soon as March comes back. Should have sent a few of them back without troops. Him. Them. Let's just do it. Get ready to do it again. Okay, it's under control. That's their main whale. Who's Cole? Is it this guy? Yeah. Let's take out individual players before zombie spawns here, one at a time. I'm gonna go on ahead and just get their attention. I'm gonna split them up. Yep, here they come. Okay, we have control on that side, maybe. We'll see. The amount of troops that you lose on this in base is actually insane. I'll talk about the new beast in my video that I'll do later this week. I'm gonna wait for other YouTubers to cover it so I can play damage control on information they put out. You just have raw numbers. Yeah, I'll talk about it in the actual like video release or whatever. I don't know. I don't remember. Zombie spawn at 38 minutes? I think it is, right? Yeah, Lilith's doing pretty much the same thing I'm trying to do here, which is just sneak by. Can't remember if it's 38 minutes. Is it not? Is it 37 minutes? I'm just going to split them up here. Let my weak marches and the fast marches go to the front. Let those marches run backwards. Use these to clean up these marches from the whale. And then just turn around and fight the other ones. Yep. Okay, now their mega whale is gone. Now we can turn around and just beat up these marchers and send them all home. They're nothing without the mega whale, so I would just push through these. Now I gotta start marching to zombie. Yep, there it is. Got one. Shit. Yep. Hell's in the back hitting me, so I'm just gonna run back here. Scoot back, and then I'm just gonna turn on these guys. Just pull them into that group and then just turn on them. Okay, now we run. 37, yeah, thank you. The other content creator is, we just reading the beast skills. We need your videos. Yeah, I know, I intend on it. I was talking about it in my community Discord. I usually just play damage control when it comes to information. It's always interesting to me to see the, I don't want to say the opinions, but I guess the analysis of other YouTubers. I already have, like, my full thoughts on the beast laid out. Obviously, a lot of that's kind of dependent on testing the beast, but I actually don't intend on getting it out right. I'll just be honest with you. Not really too appealing, personally, and maybe that's just because of my personal play style and the way that I've already built my account. But it's not a beast I intend on getting. 4730. This is gonna be 3230. I'm gonna distract, about 2.5 minutes remaining. Is Hellos down there? Hellos is down there. I'm gonna go for bases. So this guy's turning around. Dark phase here. That's fine. Alright, I have to act on this quick. Ah, marches need to be faster. Oh, that's that guy. So he has at least one armament set in there. We're just gonna go for it anyways. Oh, they're sending all of his marches back. Actually, that's kind of fine, because all the lightly wounded that he has from those marches returning will just die in base. Let's get his base burning first, and then we'll turn. Can't see the points. I know. I'll show it to you in a minute. Give me 1 second. This guy's running out of troops. His marches are dying like immediately. They're dwindling on troops. I have all their players here focusing me. Or a bunch of them, I should say. Yeah, there we go. Got biocontrol with it. Now they're trying to panic rotate. What's up, Oasis? How's it going? H7, what are you doing? Just take the fucking bio. Hello? Just have to make sure they don't try to do the same thing I'm doing. Yeah, they're panicking. They're panic rotating. They all got worried about their bases. Too late now. New beast is alright. Nothing crazy. I'll talk about it in my coverage video for it in a couple days. I'm gonna wait for the other YouTubers and content creators to make their videos and whatnot. Let them kind of ride the hype train, and then I'll play damage control in their videos. Jesus Christ! RIP to that guy. Where's Hellos? Oh, there he is. I'm not going to go near that whale yet. We gotta take out players on their way there first. Kill the HP debuffer first. Take out the rider next. Let's go down the list of squishies here. We'll go Felix. Fix it, Felix. Hellos is coming after me. I'm just gonna mop kills. Aaron. Sophie. Actually, send this march home. Sophie. Actually, Daryl or Sophie, either one's fine here. Maybe just Daryl. Sophie. I see a Lee march. I'm targeting that. If I can sit, or if I can fucking center on that march, there it is. Take out those ones. See a Jaden back here. My marchers are almost dead. We'll just go for that one. RIP Bella. See ya. That's elite quad. Dude, that guy knows stuff that we don't. That guy's running elite quad Jaden out there. That guy is rallying with Boyd, likely because he wants to transition into Garrison immediately after. Team is there though. I need to reset. Let's get these marches out here. I should be able to control that. So I'm going for zombies here. Boom, boom. Let Sophie do one of the close ones. I'm starting to run out of troops. I don't have any troops, man. I have not trained troops since the last Sakura TC, so I'm kind of hurting for troops right now. They're all distracted by that one, so we'll get over here and we'll just capture these quick. Got that one. Get that one. Sophie go there. Peggett's got that one, so I'll just stack all my troops here. Soccer Stelly Rail, I think Garrison is actually really good in Pompeii. Yeah, no, I agree. There's a lot of, I mean, it's got the AoE combo damage, or AoE counter damage combo on it, so. These guys are full stacking for zombies. They're just using their will to distract. Oops. Do that. There might be another whale in this mix. Believe that there is underneath this stack. They might be full committing one side actually. Yeah, they definitely have like two-thirds of their team is on this side of the map currently. Yeah, there's another whale in here, you can tell. Who's their other whale? It's probably that 300 one. Yeah, it's that 300 guy that's hidden. Zombie, zombie, zombie. Zombie, zombie, zombie. Got it. Nice. Nice. Let's go, baby. That's huge. So worth it. Great fucking job. How long did I take to build them? I mean, I've been playing this game for 1,365 days. Okay, I'm like running out of troops here, so let's cut this one down. Kick this one up, because this is actually the march that I used to like tank their bases with. I'm literally just, I don't have any troops. I think I have like 3.2 mil troops total on my account right now. It's bad. I'm gonna train another like 2 mil during infantry TC. What's up, Exile? How's it going? I feel like they're going to go for just our bases here. They're going to try to do the same thing that I'm doing to them. I don't really care about it because I don't have any other troops in my base. So I might just full commit. I have to wait till this timer gets down though. Appreciate you guys all being here, by the way. You guys certainly didn't need to be here on this Tuesday morning, but appreciate you guys. Hope everyone's day is going well, no matter where you are, what you're doing. Hope you've had a good Tuesday, whether it's just getting started or coming to a close. Oh, yeah, how's the score? Sorry. Boom, there you go. Helipad. Their helipad. Is it being targeted? Do they just need a garrison or something? Is Hello's over there already? Hello's isn't there yet. Which makes me worried that he's not actually going to commit to him. He might. You know, it really doesn't matter, actually, about hitting their bases, because this is the last bio period. So, I mean, as long as we get this, we get this. So I think we just commit with team. And if that's the case, actually, I'm going to change up my marchers a little bit here to prep for this. If you guys don't mind dropping a like on the stream, whether you're on YouTube. I mean, I guess you can't really do that on Twitch, but if you're on YouTube, drop a like real quick. It's greatly appreciated. I know I don't get to stream and stuff like that as much as I wish I could because I'm busy with work these days, but you guys' support of the channel is just insane. I think we're closing in on 4K subs. We're less than 100 away, so the fact that you guys have gotten this channel there is diabolical to me, again, considering how inconsistent I've been with streaming and all that stuff. So if you guys could help me out with that, that would be amazing. How does hold on, I gotta do this. Boom, 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 boom. Let's cut this back like that. Cut this one back like that. And then we'll just use that to kick this one up. Don't do double OCs. Don't do double physical OCs. It doesn't double stack the effectiveness of it. All it does is double stack the proc rate, and that isn't nearly as effective. But yeah, it doesn't double stack the effectiveness, it just double stacks the proc rate, so it's not worth it. Is Hello's in there? I don't know where Hello's is at. Oh, he's coming around late. He's coming around late. I'm just going to get these outer ones while I wait for the rest of my marches to come, because this is like my weaker marches. Slower ones are the stronger ones. Here we go. You seen anyone use Pangos with double OCs? Yeah, I've seen double OCs. It does, like, it's okay. I mean, for one, Pango support is like very mediocre in terms of like what it actually does, but two, yeah, the double physical OCs just doesn't work well. Especially like for the costs incurred. Is that fucking hell? This guy just wants my wiener, and it's because I hit his base, and I'm so sorry about that, but now you gotta go. Need to back up here, and then we'll just retarget hellos. Same thing here. And we'll just target this guy. Actually, let's get rid of the HP cut first. I want to get a new animal and put counter chips on it and use it as support in Garrison. Is this a good idea? Yeah, especially if you get Gaia Deer. Gaia Deer was with counter chips or OC chips is the best for Garrison. But just be cautious of that, because if you're going to depend on that beast pair for field or rallies or anything like that at all, the counter chips won't do well for you. I'm going to kill this march and move over here to the right. Have to get their attention. They're just letting our guard get hit. You can use them on Garrison. I'm not sold on the new beast. It's to the point where I actually won't get it at all, but yeah, if you want a beast for Garrison, the new one can do it, that's for sure. What's up, how's it going? I got crit on Pango and combo on Bull. That should be a wrap on this, actually. Why did you say you don't like that player's base? I didn't say I didn't like his base. I said that I hit his base. Stupid question. For example, 2 squad defense is the same. Yes, it is. 2 squad defense just ends up working for any troop type. Infantry defense is obviously troop specific, but it's the same thing. Not different multiplier buckets, nothing like that at all. It's all the same. How many travel speed hones do I use? None, except for my... I think I have like 1 on my range, and maybe 1 on my 2nd or 3rd infantry set, and like 3 on my rider march. I don't target travel speed hones. I don't mind them on my rider ones, but yeah. Is the TSO skin going to be worth it asking for a friend? You talking... Oh, me talk? I don't know. I didn't really look to see what it changed. Is it just a visual skin, or does it actually like change stuff? I didn't pay attention. Will Chasey Blackwood do better than Chasey? Who the fuck is Blackwood? I don't have Rook Light, so I'm looking for a good pair. Your best rider Garrison pairs are Chasey and Rick, or Chasey and Ethan, and then Chasey Felix does. Is that who it is? Is it Felix Blackwood? Is that who that is? I don't know. Anyways, Chasey Felix is like your tier 3 or your 3rd best rider Garrison pair. Oh, Victor? Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah, you could do that. I mean, they both have skill damage reduction and stuff like that, right? So there's like good damage reduction there. They both have HP, if I recall. Chasey has HP. If not, I know that at least Victor does. I think Victor still has the highest, or used to, until recently, have the highest HP for a Garrison. So yeah, you could definitely do it. I probably wouldn't use it on like multi-rally Garrison or swarms. I'd probably just stick to someone that can actually like eat that. But for like single rally Garrisons and stuff, yeah, you'd probably be fine. Be a lot of damage. Sorry, I haven't used Victor in a long time, guys. I'm sorry. I actually haven't really thought of Victor in a few years, which is kind of upsetting because he actually used to be my favorite hero, hence why he's sitting right here. It's like their first name. I don't remember it enough. It's more of like one of those things where you go, the name sounds familiar. I'd have to see the face kind of things. IR Apex this round? No. Fuck no. Oh, well, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. Not likely. I think we just stick full elite, brother. Apex AR has been super disappointing. Let's go back to our roots. Will it be better to change my cat with the new beast? If you're running a saber, then yeah, the new beast will definitely be a lot better, but the new beast isn't like crazy. I'm actually very underwhelmed by the new beast, if I'm being honest. I'm not going to talk about why or any of the specifics on it though until I bring out a video on it later this week. I'll let the other YouTube content creators push out their own opinions on it first before I put my own out there. Alright, fine. Just keep ducking back in your base. I'll just swarm your base then. Who cares? We said positive criticism. No, you just get criticism. The new beast is mediocre all around. I like the concept of him and like the idea and the approach is solid, and I can see where there are good pieces to the beast, right? But as a whole, and when you look at the larger picture, like if you zoom out and look at the bigger picture on things, it doesn't really make much sense. But again, I'll talk about it in my video. How to transfer the new beast. So what you'll do is when you go to, after you collect the beast, when you go to upgrade it, kind of like if you're trying to tier up another or a different kind of beast, when you go to tier it up, you'll select one of your other completed beasts. So like you'll use like Saber or Rhino or something like that, for example, right? And then it'll raise that beast to whatever level the one you're replacing it was. So like if you had a max tier Saber, you could put that into the new beast and make the new beast a max tier new one. And then it would just consume your max tier Saber. You would get refunded on the things that you used to upgrade it and stuff. And I think like a 60% return or something like that on the XP books and stuff. It's not 100%, that's for sure. But for the other materials and stuff, you get 100% back. However, this to me, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You're gonna confuse so many people. They're actually gonna think you're a dev. Would I be better if I use cat? Oh. Would it be better if I use cat? Chiron or Chiron? I would probably use Chiron lead, personally. Only reason I remember him, his name is I think of the kid movie Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Dude, I actually loved that movie. I used to watch that with my little one too. That movie came out a long time ago, but it's a good movie. Yeah, Flint Lockwood. Yeah. FiB have 3 attributes mentioned, so always be better to get them right. Yes and no. Yeah, 70%. Thanks, Rox. What up, brother, by the way? Hope you're doing well, my man. Talk Saturday. This is pretty much all we can field and bring out of troops. GG's, MD71, G's. Oh, they put both their whales on this side. So is it this guy and... Oh, did Hellas teleport to the other side? He did. They traded sides. What the fuck? Wagon's got me talk in there. Rubina me talk. Who you betting on today in the World Cup? I gotta double check the matchups. I'll be honest, I was paying attention to yesterday's stuff. I haven't really looked at today's games. Who's playing today? Should Miyamoto lead soccer or soccer lead Miyamoto? It's kind of marginal between the two, honestly. I mean, both deal AoE, both kind of hit similar amounts of targets, I believe, if I remember. Or I might be wrong on that, but... But yeah, it'd be marginal. Like, if anything, probably soccer a second. Like, especially if you ever transcend it, because she'll just do more overall skill damage. Rocks, you can play my account at night. There you go. Not to complete a year playing this game. Where do you think I should be at with my heroes? The Might, the VIP. Save a position. You're in after a year or so. Appreciate it. I mean, it's kind of hard to say, right? Depends on like your spend level. Even things as much as like, or things as far as like how strong of an alliance or active an alliance and all that stuff you've been in for the last year, right? Like bigger alliances, more packs being purchased. If you're in a team that plays in like higher brackets or have whales and stuff, then you get more packs purchased, more stuff for free and whatnot. And so a lot of it really just boils down to the environment you've kind of created for yourself for the last year. So it'd be really hard to put a metric as to like where you should be after 1 year of progress. You can make a lot more progress if you're in an alliance that has a lot of whales and you're playing in a higher bracket, but you'd have a poorer game experience during that time trying to compete at that caliber. So this guy's hitting my shit, so I'm just gonna hit his base. Oh my god, I'm at 3 mil points this round. I didn't even notice that. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Why no car skin? Do you have a specific skin do you want? I can... No, I have all the skins that I want, actually. The only one that I'm missing is the Scorpion skin that I actually want for squad skins, but I don't use squad skins 90% of the time, and it's on purpose. What's up, Fred? How's it going? What's up, Baghead? How's it going? Sorry if I missed your messages on Twitch, by the way. My Twitch messaging stuff in Streamlabs has been kind of buggy, so I have to like look over to my other screen if I want to even see that. Sakura Isabella compared to Sakura Miyamoto. Either one would work really well, honestly. There's reasons to use both. You'd probably deal more damage with Sakura Isabella, but Sakura Miyamoto would be more consistent with the AoE damage. I need to hit the base. Get out of the way. There we go. Get off of me! GG, well played, FiB. Thank you, Spud. Appreciate you, brother. I'm using Kong Cat now. Would Kong ACNO be better? Acno, whatever. Yeah, 100%. Like, I mean, it's going to be so much better than Cat or Rhino or that kind of a thing. It's just, it comes down to a matter of, like, is it worth it for you as a player? And a lot of that depends on your role, how you're trying to utilize it, that kind of a thing. Thank you, Pablo. You as well. Z, what should I eat tonight? Your girlfriend? There's only one right answer there. What would you recommend the most efficient way to level a beast is? Probably that whatever event that's going on right now is that they have... Can't remember what it's called. Can I just hit this base instead? What's up, you Kubza? Is Isabella your 4th Infantry March Z? No, I think Isabella is like my 3rd strongest. Yeah, 3rd strongest. Made me swallow my tongue. Z, is it hot in summer and cold in the winter, or was it the other way around? Huh? It is definitely hot in the summer here. It gets 100 degrees Fahrenheit plus out here. Actually, like, our whole state is, like, on fire right now. And then in the wintertime, I live in the mountains, so that kind of speaks for itself. Rubina fully transcended. Should I use her as lead with Daryl? Or something like Daryl Janet better? No. Rubina, Daryl, or Rubina and Janet are actually really good. Killed all my riders at this Pompeii. Ooh, nice, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the soccer game. I call it soccer, football game. If the USA wins the World Cup, I think everybody in the world has to call it soccer for at least 90 days mandatory. Sorry. That's why it's such an extreme, Rocks. I'm not persuaded or even remotely persuaded or even it's a white whale dream for the USA to win the World Cup, right? That's why I'm saying, like, because it's such an extreme situation where it's like we're such the underdog, I think that it's such an extreme reward comes out the other end for us. I personally don't think the USA will win, not even remotely close. Like, let's be realistic here. I'm just glad we made it to the top 32. If we could make it to top 16, even better. I'm a range player. I have Isabella and Sharon. Who should I focus on between those two, and who should I pair Sharon with and Isabella? Probably Sharon. Sharon is extremely good. The HP cut is like super vital, pairs really well with everybody. Isabella is like great if you can make her as a lead. If you can't make her lead, then I would, pick the better support. She's great as a support. She doesn't need to lead. She doesn't need armaments. She doesn't even need to be transcended. But the fact that you're a ranged main player means that Sharon should be in your lineup for sure. And you can get the full use out of him without the price tag of Isabella. Things like that. So I would do that first. You would be soccer. I've pronounced it like sucker because of my bad English. You would be soccer world champions, not football world champions. That's exactly my point. France will erase everyone. I could see that. Who healed? I don't know. I didn't check. Not single one streams, it seems. Let me get my thing here. How do you see the thing that says who healed? Isn't it like in here? Yeah. CHPK healed. Well, you know what? I respect it. He got burned in Island Raid from his game crashing or whatever it was, and so he's probably just hurting on troops. We got Chasey and Rubina fully transcended. Once I do Metalk fully transcended, then it's always better to use Metalk Rubina. No, Chasey is still the best rally lead for riders, for rider garrisons. Reason being is that Chasey Garrison has a ton of skill damage reduction, and so since Chasey has no skill damage and she's full attack damage, you can circumvent all of that damage reduction and just deal raw unhindered damage. And so that makes Chasey rallies extremely effective against Chasey Garrisons. So Chasey B-Talk does really well still against rider Garrisons in comparison. Dude, you got more numbers than last time. Can you show new release incoming just for my knowledge? Yeah, I got you, Rocks. So I'll kind of show you all of it. So they have a shelter skin coming, which is right here. They have an ambience or an ambiance, whatever, right here. They have a relocation teleport skin now. Apparently that's a thing. They have this new... sorry. Metalk is getting a skin. I thought Metalk is getting a skin. I don't know why... Why can't you see it? You can't see it yet? Is it Metalk that's getting the skin, right? I thought it's Metalk getting the skin, isn't it? How many troops do I have? I have 3.9, but minus like 250,000 or so, or 220, 230, something like that. Yeah, so I have like 3.5-ish, somewhere in there. 3.5, 3.7, something like that. 2.8, 2.5. Yeah, somewhere between like 3.6, 3.7. Everybody that's asking about the new beast, just wait, give me a couple days and I'll make a video on it. I will make a video on it. Selfishly, I'm kind of letting the other YouTubers and everyone make videos about it first, because I always find it interesting to see their perspectives. I've already written out like a full deep dive of the beast itself and like my thoughts on it and pros and cons and why I will or will not be using it or getting it for that matter. But yeah, I'll cover all that in the video itself. Sorry, give me one sec. 2, 1, 5, 4. And then gather 3. There we go. Why is Counter Beast hated so much? Because it's highly it's highly ineffective for field and even rallies, unless you're a tank rally. You better get a Boyd skin in the fall. I'd be okay with that if they updated his skills as well. I don't want just like a fucking slap a sticker on Boyd and cost $600 bullshit. Can you pronounce again the difference between soccer and sucker? Yeah, it's soccer and sucker. Like I'm putting on my sock, but IGG can suck my nuts when it comes to these pay-to-win events every other week. I'm going to clip and distort the words a bit so everyone thinks it's the famous Beast video. Shut up, Rox. Go enjoy your mountain. I'm unplugging your Starlink, so you can't even do that. So, what do you think about the collaboration with Animation and Fairy Tail? Do you think it's going to be worth spending some money on the event? Do you like the animation? I don't really have any need to chase more base skins and fucking anything else for that matter, so I don't know. Probably not. I'm probably just gonna wait for the new infantry stuff personally. Please be advised, we want you to get it as an ambassador. Oh my god, shut up. I hear no difference. Do you need like a Q-tip? Clean your ears? The beast has detonate attribute 2 with counter, so it must be something more. Meh. Good job. Go to the event and counter. Oh. Oh. Rider defense 2%. Yeah, you can suck my left testicle for that one. I'm sorry. You can suck on my testy. It's a somewhat silent O in soccer. Then sucker, you don't really need the U. Finally, in proper French pronunciation, that's what I do. I actually love the French language. It's one of those that like sounds really complex as someone that's like American. And I already know like we speak like broken English and stuff like that, right? So it's like, I don't know, it just sounds cool to us. Oh yeah, my water is not cold anymore. If you skip this event, then I skip it too. No, I mean, you're welcome to do whatever you want. You have to understand, like, this is coming from like an infantry main player, so I don't really need it. I had a ranged armament set built out, so I was able to like transfer my hones and stuff like that over for the Section 9 set. So that was like kind of the main reason I got it. But like my rider set is not built by any means. So, or in comparison, it's not built. So I don't have any real need for it personally. And honestly, I'm kind of phasing out rider. I'll probably just use rider as a niche march, and then when infantry gets their equivalent of the Section 9 armaments, then I'll just use that. and have 4 marches that way. I was waiting for the new infantry arms, but sadly it is not. Yep, we'll have to wait a little bit longer. Infantry is usually the last ones to get things. It's always been that way. It's always been that way. If you've been around long enough, like some of us have been, then you'll know that infantry is usually the last to see things come to fruition. For me, it's easier to understand USA English than UK, but I know you have the same debate with the famous water. Yeah, I could see that. Actually, I've heard that too. One of my buddies actually said that someone made that comment. So I grew up in Seattle, right? And so I have some buddies that I was telling you, like they're going to some of the World Cup games down in like California and stuff like that. And then I think how many have they had in Seattle now? Like 2 or 3 or something like that. Anyways, they were saying that they've heard that already before. That they were saying that Americans are a lot easier to understand than they gave them credit for, and it could just be because they only see certain accents or certain dialects. Well, I call it dialects, but like accents or variations of like American English, because you have like the Southern accents, you have the Eastern accents, you have like the New York accent, the Boston accent. Those are 2 very distinct, sounding American English, even though they're so close to each other. Then you have like the North, who has a lot of that Canadian twang in their voice, I'll say, things like that. So I've definitely heard that American English is easier to some than they initially thought or interpreted. You only use Rider and AR with Maxwell. Yeah, that's pretty much it, Meat. That is pretty much where I think it's going to end up. And I think I'm just going to keep focusing on the movement speed hones. Because I think if I put the full travel speed on him... Is it that one? Oh, yeah, I gotta get rid of this last ranged attack. That's right. But I'm at like 34%-ish. I'm trying to get that to like 50%. So I'll rehone. I've got some work to do on these. I've got like 3.738 values. Like this isn't even the superb pants yet. So I'm gonna target probably about 50% move speed on that. I'll just use that as a niche move speed march. For AR, yeah, that's kind of the intent, I think. Let's equip that one. Equip that one. In other news, I did finally cross. Where the hell's my Maxwell at? Am I just not seeing his face? Oh, it's still just way up here at the top, even though he doesn't have armaments equipped. Whoop. I did cross 108 mil finally, even though I haven't gotten to TC yet. I got a bunch of those like gold fragments or whatever for beasts, so I was able to finish out the second gold set or whatever. So those are done, and then I was able to make some good progress on this one as well. So yeah, we finally crossed the 108 mark. American English is easier to understand unless it's Southern Midwest ones. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's what I've heard. How does the detonate work in Chiron and Kong bolt trigger for different reasons, and different skills have different multipliers for it? Yeah, it's essentially just a bonus. It's almost just like an extra attack. It's kind of like follow-up damage. Or I think that's even what it is labeled as. It's just follow-up damage. You can kind of think of it as like in boxing. Like if you were to throw like a haymaker, like uppercut, or yeah, like just say an uppercut, right? Like your heavy punch. Then it would be the same thing as doing like an uppercut immediately into like a jab. You know, it's like a quick punch. It's not your strongest punch, but it hurts. That's kind of the way that it works. Would you have gotten the skin if it was Boyd? I'm Rider. Probably not. I'm not really a fan of these just skins. Like if it doesn't change the behavior of the skills, like Miyamoto. Excuse me. I apologize if I just sneezed in your ear. If it doesn't change the skill behavior like Miyamoto, where it goes from like a fan to a semicircle, that kind of a thing,
So fan to a semicircle. Or even like Louis where it gets like additionals, or Cynthia or Catherine, that kind of a thing. I'm not really a fan of it. Infantry is the dog in this game, lower than white line in the road. Yeah, infantry kind of gets shit on. What's your thoughts on the new reporter armor quitting? I mean, like in the last 6 months, we've had Crimson Rabbit leave, we've had Harley leave, we've had I mean, Charmander said that he left, but I guess like half left. Armored left, Bang Bear quit. So you just have like all the big YouTube names for this game just leaving in troves just in the last 90 days, really. I don't think Uchiha from UC posts anymore, the Russian streamer. So yeah, I don't know. Like it's hurting for the game media side of things. I'll be honest, man. Like I struggle with it too. In terms of like finding motivation, it's so bland. There's like nothing to cover, and everything that they bring out just brings out more new content to purchase. There's no like new depth to the game, no new mechanics, no new variables, no new experience. It's just here's this new thing you got to pay a bunch of money to get. There are different pronunciations of the same different words, even if it's still the same language. Listen to French from the north, French from the south. You heard the difference. I've actually heard of that because I do want to go to France and Italy and just like that side of the world in general. And I mean, my buddy or my roommate that I joined the military with and stuff, he got stationed in Germany and was there for 3 years. And he said the same thing about like the northeast. I think it's northeast Germany and then southwest, or is it East Germany versus what? Not versus, but East Germany is different than West Germany. Is that how it is, or north and south? I can't remember what it is, but he said the same thing. Why don't you use vehicles when you're attacking someone? I feel it makes your hitbox bigger and easier to target your marches and stuff. Plus, I like kind of blending in. Me talk. Urbina can still work in some scenarios versus long gate flank rally versus archers, for example. Me talk Urbina is amazing. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that Chasey Garrison, like one of the biggest counters is Chasey rallies. Thought about spamming marches from farm accounts for AR/IR. Yeah. I mean it's people hate it, but at the same time it's like it's a game mechanic that's enabled because of the way this game is played. You play this game by controlling your marches directly rather than just click on something, hit attack, and then you get a report. So because of that, that opens up the opportunity for strategies like that to be implemented by players and teams. And so it's kind of hard for me to have an opinion on something the game enables. Armored is tired like a lot of the community. You didn't have a new event. It's just the same playlist from 3 years ago. AR, IR, Pompeii, old DS, GW. They just need to refresh the gameplay. I agree. Z, would you go with a 3-star or 3-skill Transcended Boyd or Miyamoto or any other hero in the field? Yeah, Boyd with even just 2nd skill Transcended is amazing in the field. Miyamoto's great in the field too. I would just use both of those. Charmander came back to try and snipe a free hotel stay. Oh no. Hey Z, what do I prioritize in buying? Beast chips or beast fragments? Probably beast chips. Your beast chips are transferable to any other beast, so if they bring out like new beasts that are better and stuff like that, you can still move them around. But I would start with your beast chips. Yeah, Bang Bear's gone. So if my Kong triggers the detonate, does the multiplier from Chiron detonate skill apply to it, or just the Kong skill? Does the multiplier from Chiron detonate skill apply to it? What do you mean? Does Chiron have like a detonate damage increase? No, they have individuals. No, so it's whatever like their detonate percentage is. So they'll deal detonate at different damage levels. It's kind of the same as like corrosion beasts. So for example, like Pluto jellyfish does 276% corrosion damage, and crab does 264. They're both dealing corrosion damage. They're just dealing some corrosion might deal more damage than other corrosion damages like per second on their ticks, and it's the same thing. It's not detonate static. It's just the static variable is the detonate itself. How much damage it does will change from whoever's triggering it and what their percentages are. Yeah, they could add something new like Gene Zombies. Shut up. Shut up. Please no. Gene Beast, give your cord to get some hugs from the community. Do you think you can compete for the World Championship at Singapore? I think I could compete for the World Championship at Singapore? What do you mean, like play on a team or shoutcast it? Or, I mean, go as a streamer? I had an opportunity to do either one, and I chose not to do an entry for either one of them. I got asked early on if I wanted to be on one of the World Championship teams to go and compete and play. I turned that down. And then same thing with the going as a streamer thing. I turned that down. And the reason is that a week before the World Championship or the World Tournament, my daughter starts kindergarten. So she's starting school for the first time in her life. And I mean, as a dad, man, like, you know, she'll be 6 years old in September. And so I'm running out of firsts with her, you know, like there's a lot of firsts and stuff like that you experience with the kid. Armored's here and he knows that. As a dad himself, you know, you only get so many firsts with your kid. And so since my kid is starting school for the first time in her life and in my life, having a kid starting school, and both of our birthdays are a week after the tournament, I didn't want to put the pressure on my girlfriend to have to, you know, manage all that by herself. I didn't want to not be here for any of that. And also if the dates were better, I would have done either or. I would have done either one. But I would have just brought the girlfriend and the little one out, you know, just made a full trip out of it. I would have paid to just fly them out as well, and just go, you know. So no, I chose family over the tournament personally. It's a huge thing for me, you know. Some people may not think it's a big thing, but I think that my kid starting school was a big first for me to experience, and the emotions and everything comes with that, and obviously for her as well. And so, you know, I know how scary that is, or that can be for her, because, you know, she's just been at home with me and her mom, and we both work from home and have worked from home her whole life. And so, or her whole 5 years. And so I can imagine how scary that might be for her to, you know, be going to school and away for 8 hours a day and stuff. So, you know, I would just want to be around to support her with that. So it's not a positive day. Everyone should be sad, Mr. Z. Why should everyone be sad? What's up, Armor, by the way? Hi, Z. Soccer, transcended first skill, good for field. Yes, absolutely. Hey, Rocks, Bruno, and I usually watch Z videos. I appreciate you, Armored. You're still my favorite streamer. Will become your meeting to see some fun DLS. Even I left, I still there because I love the game, but just tried to pay and play all this time. Same event. I feel, man, need new events. Like I said, an Armored stream, Jungle was a good idea, but just really bad timing. Yeah, I agree. I think that the game just has, at the time, had and still has too many other issues and repetitiveness with the other events, and those being bland and dry, that putting in an event like the Jungle event or the Jungle gameplay or whatever have you just wasn't well received. Like, if AR and IR and all those other things were in a good place and the overall sentiment of the community was positive, then I think that it would have been received a lot better. I don't think it would have been viewed as such a negative thing. It would have just been like, oh, you know, here's a mini event that you don't have to spend anything on, and you just get, you know, bonus rewards with. But fact of the matter is that everyone wants improvements on the other active events that we're fighting and playing in and stuff, and we're not getting those. And then they dropped that, and so it was just bad timing, bad sentiment. Not built, I'm barely better. No more game. I'm too weak. I'm going to spend money on a new game. There you go. Congrats, Mr. Z. I'm really happy for your kid starting school. For me, getting my kid to crawl, walk, say dad, it was a huge milestone. I can imagine the school starting. I know, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm very fortunate and blessed in that sense. You know, being around. I remember her first words that she said. She said mama first, and then she actually said dad or daddy. I think it was daddy, actually. She said both of those words back to back as her first words on the same day within like 30 minutes of each other. And we both happened to, you know, I was working from home and all that stuff, got to experience it. And so, you know, like I said, I'm very blessed and fortunate to have been around for all the firsts. And so I'm not in a hurry to, not be here for the few firsts I have left with her. So that is why I did not put myself on one of the tournament teams when I was asked, or why I submitted an entry for the streamer contest. I have gotten so many messages about that. How do I vote for you? How do I vote for you? Where's your thing at? Like, how do I vote for you to go to the World Championship? And I'm like, dude, I did not submit an entry. I'm sorry. You know, maybe next year if it lines up better on timing, but it just didn't work out this year. Switch game. Jungle event was so good for the rewards. They should have just kept it rather than removing it completely, in my opinion. No, I agree. But I mean, they kind of did the same thing that they did with Darksteel, where they said, "Oh, we're removing it to improve it," and we just never got it back. So I don't know if we'll ever give it. I don't know if we'll ever get it back. I don't think there's too much that they needed to improve. Maybe like ramp up the pace of the game. Like you have less downtime. Like, so say you generate more of those actual like things that you consume to move or whatever. If you generate those faster, and they shorten the event, so it's like a quick like 2-day event where you're in, you're fighting, you're out, you get your rewards. That'd be kind of cool. But I think they could have handled that one better for sure. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. That's exactly what I mean. Oasis, like, it's just there's nothing else, you know. When people ask like what I do, or you know, like what do I, yeah, like when you label yourself, right? When someone asks like, oh, what do you do, or what are you? A lot of people are quick to say their career or their position or that kind of thing first, and I even say to my my interviews and stuff that I've had, man, I'm a dad first and foremost, man. You know, everything else is just kind of as life gives me opportunities and stuff like that, and then like a career or a job title and stuff, that's all there. But first and foremost, man, I'm a dad. That's it. With a period on the end of that, no comment or nothing. Early Garrison and jungle should be changed also possible. Yeah, no, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like there are definitely some things that they should have changed in terms of like the gameplay wise and like the experience of it. There's definitely a lot of optimizations they could have made to make that a better event as a whole. But like the concept of it, like a board game type thing or that style, I don't think it's a problem for the game at all. If they had just rolled it out better is really the best way to put it. I was sitting in my car going out for something. I forgot to close my house door, so I opened my car door. As soon as I step out, my son goes, "Papa." Oh wow, that's dude. That those moments, man, that is something that you'll remember for the rest of your life. And those are the moments I feel like you do it for, right? You know, like that's why you get up in the morning. That's why you do what you do, and you know, it's for moments like that. So I get it, man. That's awesome though. Whenever you find something, let me know. We'll try free rewards to purchase. I'm a fish. Not better to follow for free rewards. Yeah, I mean, that kind of is a glass cannon pair. You're also 68 mil, man. You can't really... I think a big part of the feeling of a glass cannon is going to come from the bracketing that you're playing in. You know, your strongest armament set is 5.3, 5.4 mil. And you've got one of those. If it was up to me... I mean, you don't have Boyd Transcended. If you can transcend one skill, I would transcend like second skill on Boyd and first skill on Soccer and just run those two with that armament set. You'd be good to go. Go fish for more fish. Make a whale. Appreciate you guys all being here again, by the way. Again, if you don't mind... I don't get to stream or make videos that much or that often anymore, and so if you do not mind scrolling down under the video super quick while you're here and hitting the like button, I would be forever grateful. Obviously if you're enjoying the stream, but in terms of like what else you can do though, Yakuza, I mean honestly, like that's kind of it. Like your armaments go from, what is that, 5.4 to 3.6 and 3.3. So I would just build two support marches around that to just buff it and make it better. So I would run maybe like a you could run like a Miyamoto Isabella on your second strongest march, and then you'll get the debuff from Isabella plus the debuff from Miyamoto for the HP cut if he gets targeted. Here 20% HP cut plus the damage taken receive bonus. Or what you could also do is you can kind of split it up a bit, actually. If you really want to optimize it, yeah, probably keep the Miyamoto Julian, but then run a hold on a minute, hold on. We might actually run a Boyd and Claude as a debuff march, because they'll keep it super tanky considering it's like your weakest armament set. Then you might run a Sakura Isabella for your main march, because you'll get the 20% skill damage here, plus the raw damage and everything from Sakura's end, plus the rage regen, plus the debuffs. So you'll get the high damage from Sakura Isabella, plus the debuffs from Isabella. If you run Boyd and Claude on your weakest March, you'll give him a super tanky, keep him alive Boyd and a deep HP debuff from Claude, and then run Miyamoto Julian on your second strongest March. That way you get the AoE damage from Miyamoto and the HP cut if he's targeted, but then you also get the HP cut from Julian. So you have 3 HP cuts, Julian, Miyamoto, and Claude. You'll get damage taken debuff from Isabella. Yeah, and I think that's what I would do if I had a 3-March setup. New system auction. I think what they did was they changed it to where you can actually, I actually haven't looked at this myself, but the update was that that you can search for a value now. So yeah, so precision. So I would assume that if I wanted like a weapon with okay, so I'll use an example of what I'm actually looking for. So I'm looking for one of these right here. Precision, I want infantry damage reduction on it, and then yeah, I can just pick the range. So this is what they changed. So if I want to find something maybe on the cheaper end, I might find something like this, like something that I want to build. I can find something like this. But then if I wanted something like that was like more built that I'm willing to pay a higher price for, I might do something like that kind of a thing. That's what's up, Z. Much respect to you, brother. Oh, what did I say something? Sorry, Houston, did I miss something? Did you send a message earlier and I replied or something like that? Sorry, I don't really know what the delay is between me actually talking and you guys responding on YouTube. I kind of just respond as I see it, so I don't know what we're referencing. I apologize. I want to know though, did they make an and statement out of this? Like, can I say I want this? Oops. And I want this, and I want these two? Oh, so if you do a special, oh, you can only pick one. I still think that they need to do an and feature where I can pick infantry squad damage reduction and infantry defense. They need to add that to the filtering. You said you're giving him 5k gold. Look, buddy, I didn't get nearly enough sleep last night, and I'm coffee deprived, but I know for a damn well fact I did not say that. You got me fucked up. Well, thanks. Time to go. See you on Discord next stream. See you later, Brox. Appreciate you, brother. Have a good one, man. Stay safe. Yeah, she's in our he's in our Glory League team. Wonder if I can find a piece actually. Well, telling you literally everyone screamed at you to go to sleep. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep, just like straight up. I couldn't. I actually don't know why, because I didn't get much sleep the night before either, but I was just wide awake. I don't know. Beats me, honestly. If that was defense, I'd be happy. Yo, if anyone sees an infantry damage reduction plus 2 defense pieces on the grenade, the vest, or the helmet slot, please let me know. It is what I am looking for. Something like this. Evaluate my account, Mr. Z? Yeah, happy to. I have a sponsorship deal for which I need to make 5 videos for them this month. That is only holding me back for quitting altogether. The heat keeps you up. I feel that. Do you actually have a sponsorship deal? Oh, wait, with the other, whoever your sponsor is. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. How's your glory ranking? We ended up, we're in the knockout bracket. So what is it? Yeah, we go into the knockout round on July 6th. We're ranked 26. We did well. The one loss that we had was against that Max team. This one here, DLLM. Literally just nothing but whales across their whole team. That was our loss. IGG gives turd flowers. Yeah, they spray it with perfume too. Hoping you don't notice. Sorry, I got a text message I was looking at. I should reply to this real quick, actually. What do you think of the new Beast and its utility? I'll make a video on it this week. Give me a couple days. Did you see how fucked up matchmaking was for AR? No, not really. I didn't really do much spectating and stuff like that this round. Was it pretty bad? Be honest, Mr. Z. Did you see G1 how badly matchmaking was manipulated? Well, I mean, Apex is handpicked, right? Everybody kind of knows that, Armored. Anybody that's played in Apex on a consistent basis will tell you that it's handpicked by GG. Like, there's no reason why SSI and GOAT end up in the same faction or Legion. And you see that all the time. They're always putting like Boon, like before, back in the day, Boon allies, H&B with ANCS or whatever. It's always been handpicked. That's why you'll never see like SSI getting a Legion with I don't even know who the fuck their enemies are. 59E's ally or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's all handpicked. It's all handpicked. We all been known that. Actually, yeah. Let's see if I have any. I must have gotten some big reports though, because fuck man, 3 mil points is a lot. Definitely don't usually score 3 mil points, so yeah, like that. Bro, it was awful. FiB, you got G11, and 6B got like G14. At least the alliances I was in. Yeah, It's kind of interesting. Sorry, give me 1 sec. Trying to see if there's just any like dummy thick reports in here. This is all the field battles. Oh, that's... I don't know. This is still it. Oh, here we go. Yeah, 17 now. I was kind of just doing it to them as well. Oh, yeah, that fucking hurts. That'll do it.
Welcome to the Knowledge
Oh,
Syndicate.
shit. What up, Shinbetta? Thank you for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate you. I don't know if these other ones are base hits or if they're just field fights. They look like field fights. Oh, those are 2 days ago. Never mind, now we're starting to get into the AR stuff. My Discord link is expired or not working. Interesting. I'll fix that really quick. Invite copy. Edit. Hold on, be right back to chat. Just a moment. Save. Okay, now if you refresh the stream, you should be able to see a new link. Any chance you would review my account, give me some tips for future growth? Thinking to go Isabella Superb Armaments. Will need advice on how to rally and Garrison at the same time. I mean, if you plan on rallying Garrison, I probably wouldn't go Leader Superbs, but... what was your DM? What did you DM me on? Oh, no, that's right, that's right. Sorry, yes. It only costs you 200 to finish Bard. I was going to wait till TC ends and choose Bard for rewards, but should I just finish Bard today and choose the rewards for someone else? Oh, man. What did we say that your... What did we say that your rally pair was going to be? Wasn't it going to be like Cedric Bard, right? If we were going to do Cedric Bard, I'd probably finish Bard now and get the fragments towards Cedric. Because then you can get the fragments and the cores. So, oh, Sophie. I see. I mean, either one works. I mean, Sophie would be fine until you have Cedric done. I think that Cedric Bard would be just your best rally pair in general. For what it is that you're trying to accomplish with that. Cedric has the HP cut and the skill damage increase. Before we start quoting me on all that shit. Yes, reduces the current target skill damage and HP, and it stacks up to 3 times, and then increases range damage by 10%. I mean, if you can warrant it, I'd probably end up like your final pair would be a Cedric Bard, because the raw damage from Cedric plus the huge 54% skill damage from Bard plus his attack gain on Bard plus Bard's defense cut plus Cedric's HP cut. I feel like that's like your main rally pair for what it is that you're going to do. Sophie is like the economic option that you can utilize until then, and it'll still perform really well. I'm just talking like far end goal, right? I did. I changed it to unlimited. That's why I was kind of surprised that it was like expired, because yeah, if I go to server settings or if I go to invite somebody to the Discord, yeah, the invite link says no expiration or never. Let me just change it to like 7 days, save, generate new link, and then change it back to never. Number of uses, no limit. Generate new link, copy, and I'll just do it all together. Maybe it just needed to be refreshed. I don't know. Maybe it's just a caching issue or something. But I changed it to 7 days, and then I changed it back to never expire. And there we go. Now it's updated again. That's weird. I don't know why I did that. Sorry about that. Evaluate my account. Oh, yeah. Shit. Sorry. Let me do that. Okay, so armored. You're running... How many marches do you run in the field? Armored 4? I assume 4, right? 3-6, 3-5, 4-7, 6-8. You could possibly run 5, but I'd probably be running 4. Well, actually, you're running... I would run 4. I would run 4, and I would actually just run a Miyamoto Claude here. Or your infantry is a bit better than your rider. I would actually run Miyamoto Isabella and then Felix Claude. And the reason for that is that Miyamoto has the AoE option, plus he has the raw high attack stats and infantry damage, which I know that Felix has something similar, but he lacks the AoE factor. So the bonus rage regen and skill damage bonus that Isabella gives, you'd probably get more benefit out of by moving her behind Miyamoto to increase that AoE damage. And then yeah, Felix Claude would actually be pretty solid because the bonus movement speed that riders have naturally in comparison as a base troop stat would make it that your Claude can stick to the enemy marches to make sure that they're slowed more often. And then Felix also reduces the skill damage that they deal, right? So it becomes essentially like a double debuff march. And then Miyamoto's HP cut, skill damage reduction cut when targeted, and then Isabella's debuff. Yeah, so yeah, you'd have a debuff march with strong damage, AoE damage, another debuff march that kind of is just sticky to stay on the enemy, HP cut for Sharon. This is fine, this is fine. Those ones are all fine. What rank would you replace a 5-star armament for a superb armament? Probably at least 3-star, but 4-star preferred. Which range hero is the best one right now to invest in to make mandatory and everything as a lineup for the events, the whole 9? Sharon, for sure. The debuffs are massive. Like, debuff heroes in general are massive, I mean. I mean, as long as you're not littered with a bunch of Garrison and Rally Homes, then you're fine here, which doesn't look like it, so... You're good on that. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that looks good for your devices as well. You are flexing one rider, one infantry, at least 2 range, so the backpack approach is totally fine. I don't really see an issue with that. I know that you do rally a lot, right? I think that's what you do with your ranged, if I recall. I don't remember if you garrison or not, but I know that you rally. With that in mind, you already have these 2 at red. I would actually consider getting your ranged HP to white, so then it feels a lot less of a glass cannon march. Like, you have a really strong armament set, you have a strong base to it and everything. But the cost that you would incur to get this to white and this to white, you could get your range HP up quite a bit and bring the survivability up a lot. Dealing all the damage in the world is great, but if your march can't survive long enough, or your rally can't survive long enough, or whatever it is, then your overall DPS shrinks because it becomes more of a burst, like glass cannon DPS. So if you want to increase your overall, like, just DPS effective numbers over the length of fights, I would get the HP up. Damage, attack, damage reduction, damage. Yeah, I mean, it's obvious what you're going for there, so that's fine. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with those either. You're at 20 and 15 on this. I would probably get this to 16, your range defense to 16, and then I'd push the rest of these to 12. You're using the other marches as well, so it's not only like, oh, this increases your firepower protection, but that would actually increase the performance of those marches as well as those firepower and protection benefits for your range. So I would get this to 16, then I'd go 12, 12, 12, 12, and then I would probably push this from 16 to 18, and then get these to all 16. So in order, be 16, 12, 12, 12, 12, 18, 16, 16, 16, 16. I mean, your Beast Prangs look good. Yeah, I like the double OC with the 4-piece is good too. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to say on the other parts. Like, everything looks good. You clearly know what you're doing. Your hero pairs look good. I would just make a couple of those changes if you want to optimize for more damage, or get a little bit more, squeeze a little bit more damage out of it, especially if you're running 4 marches instead of 5. Other than that, yeah. No, because if you're looking for like who's gonna like stay in all of your marches and perform really well, those debuff heroes are gonna do a lot for you, Houston. Because essentially, like, you HP cutting or debuffing the enemy just makes it to where it's like you can get all the bonus stats and amplify your account all you want, but it's kind of like if you wanted to lose weight, right? If you wanted to lose weight, there's a few ways to do it. You either increase your energy expenditure or your calorie expenditure by doing more exercise and moving more, or you eat less, right? So you're consuming less calories. Or the best way to do it is do a mixture of both, correct? So it's kind of the same thing. Like, if you want to kill an enemy, you can either increase your outgoing stats or reduce the enemy stats, or optimally you do both, right? So while you're growing your account, you can also reduce the enemy performance by debuffing it and doing that kind of a thing, and that brings them much more to your level or weakens them that much further. So then all the advancements you're doing on your account, you know, just perform that much better in general. Yeah, brother, happy to help, man, anytime. Like I said, it's obviously you know what you're doing. Like, everything is built out well. You've got good hero pairs, all those types of things. It's just very minuscule changes. And if this was like, this is 3 mil total. This is like 3.6. This is 3.7. So it's not like it's like drastically behind. So if you wanted to use a 5 March setup, you could. It's just that you're kind of at that point where there's nobody that's glaringly like, oh, you need to have them in your March. If it was up to me, right, because this is another ranged march, and you have a rider and an infantry, if it was up to me, the next hero that I would work on would be Julian. I would move this Claude behind Felix, right? I would move this Isabella behind your, what is that, Spectra, right? Spectra. I'd move your Isabella behind Spectra, and then I would put Julian behind Miyamoto. That way you get a whole nother layer of HP cut, and you'll have HP cut from Sharon, HP cut from Julian, HP cut from Claude, HP cut from Miyamoto when he's targeted. Like, you just have so many debuffs going in all your marches, so it just works better collectively. So if I was in your shoes and I was working on a 5 March setup, the next hero that I would work on would be Julian to put behind Miyamoto. Yeah, Isabella down behind Spectra and Claude up behind Felix. Then that should maximize your overall damage reductions and debuffs you're doing to really make this main March yours shine. That would be what I would do if you wanted to, like, next steps kind of thing. Let's see. What was it you were looking for on this? Isabella Superbs. Is this your account, Clean? Is this you just kidding? .6 to... I know he's all Houston. 3.6 to 5.2. 5.3 is your range? I mean, infantry is the troop type that has the lowest amount of damage output, but they have the highest amount of debuffs and stuff, so it would make sense for us to get that. I actually wouldn't even mind if it was less debuff oriented and more damage output oriented, kind of like Sakura was. I wouldn't mind that at all. Sakura and Boyd, they did well because, I mean, we have Julian, we have Marco, we have, you know, Claude that we're able to utilize. We already have a lot of debuffs outgoing as is, so. I would be fine with either one, even 1 and 1. Okay, so I mean, I already see what you're doing here. There's nothing wrong with this at all. If you wanted to have an Isabella set, I think an Isabella set would be good. Then you could get rid of the Spectra, and then you could run an Isabella, and I would actually probably run Isabella and Sharon personally, and just have that as a debuff march while that Leader Superb set is like your weakest one, because then Isabella is still giving the rage regen and stuff like that to Sharon, and Sharon actually has that AoE factor from his rage skill, so he still benefits from the skill damage, that kind of a thing, but you get a really good debuff march out of the two of them. And then as that superb leader set grows and becomes one of your stronger marches, then you can look at switching Sharon out and maybe putting something like Nova behind Isabella or something like that for damage. But yeah, I mean, and Isabella would work totally fine in your march. You can just get rid of Sharon or Spectra, and the rest of them would still work really well together. You're ranged. I mean, everything looks good. There's no problem on that. 21, 22, I'd take a huge pause here and get all these to 16, 16, 16, 16, 16. Be super cheap to do in comparison to getting these other two up, and your firepower and protection gains would be so much higher. As long as you're not littered with a bunch of rally and garrison homes, then we'll have no problems, which it doesn't look like you are. So yeah, you're fine there. Crit, 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 crit. There's nothing wrong with these either. Combo. Looks like you're just using your available beasts. You have combo chips and a leader OC set. Yeah, so it seems like you probably put like the OCs on one and then run like a Pango bull, right? And it looks like you're working on a crit fire set. So yeah, I mean, everything looks good, Queen. I think that we've looked at your account recently as well, or not too long ago. So I mean, everything looks good. You're in the right direction. Do you think the new hero would be a speedster? Maybe. I don't know. There's a lot of ways they could go about it, honestly. It's at the point for my man. I have 430 shards saved. Currently trying to save for the next range hero, but I think it will not be here for 6 months at least. Well, we're at infantry. No, so if you're waiting for the next range hero, you're probably going to wait 2.5 to 3 months. Yeah, I would finish Julian armored, and you'd be in such a good place. You'd be in such a good place if you finished up Julian. There's like, when I look at your March setup, dude, like there is not a single thing that you could do more than having that. Like Daryl is okay for Ryder, but he doesn't have as much damage output as Felix. He's not nearly as consistent. The only nice part is that Daryl is like one of 3 Ryder heroes that actually has defense in their toolkit, or 4 heroes or whatever if you count the US ones. I mean, you got the Miyamoto, you'd have the Julian for the HP cut, Claude for the HP cut. You've got Ethan, Nova, Sharon, Sophie. Yeah, dude, like you'd be set for a long time, and then you can just switch your focus to other things. If like what would I focus on at that point? Like if you're doing like the District Showdown free packs and stuff like that, then you could get your garage up really quick. Like you could get this to 16 and all these to 12 for dirt cheap, in comparison to pushing these pushing these two up further. And that would increase your overall performance. We have a lot of events with like beast ships and stuff like that now, especially the normal golds. So I don't know what you're working on next, but if I look at these beasts and I look at like non-physical, you have a maxed out Kong. So I would probably go fire combo as the next full gold set. I don't know what you're working on. You could be working on something else. Looks like you're working on these ones possibly, but I would actually start a full fire combo set, and then you could use that in rallies with your bull really well. By running this full setup here on bull plus Kong for rallies. You could also use that really effectively on Garrison, like single rally Garrison if you need to, because all that combo would funnel into that single rally that's hitting you. So if you were like an Extreme Showdown, Ion Raid, that kind of thing, it would do really well. And Kong support does really well also in general. So he leads really well with his leader skill, but he supports really well because his combo damage can stack up to 65%. He can actually proc detonate as a support beast. So Kong's just one of those that's really good to invest in overall. Yeah, happy to. Just kidding. Sorry that you don't have much. I know, like I said, we looked at your account like what was like a month or two ago, and you've clearly been building it out really well. So, do you think we'll get another debuff hero? Yeah, probably. Hopefully. AZ, how are you, man? I'm good. Emmer, how are you? Emmer Sama, hope you're doing well. If possible, can you feast your eyes on my account? Yeah. Oh my God, I am the actual worst R5 the world has ever seen. Ayush, can you get on a call in Discord if we set up a time? Like, is that something you're able to do? Could you jump into the FiB Discord and jump in the voice chat? If so, we'll let's set up a time and we'll just both jump into there together, and we'll do it one-on-one. Healers are okay, but healing is honestly super ineffective in this game. In any game like this, really. What's up, Soul King? How's it going, brother? My idea is to create a wave of HP reduction debuffs around my team marches. Sophie, Sharon, Julian is a perfect fit. Just needed that push. I'm working on fire chips now and Kyron. There you go. There you go. Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking right now. That's what I'm saying. Just give me a day and a time, and I'll do it. Just give me a day and a time, we'll do it. I'll play around your schedule. I have formation 4 infantry and 1 range. What do you think is the best hero and assistant? My infantry is already completely awakened. Yeah, just give me an AOD report and I can help you. Just awakened Sharon Claw today as you suggested. Also some upgrades on refinery. Nice, nice. What's up, King Loop? How's it going? Yeah, I'll share my thoughts on the new beast. Give me a couple days. I could have a video out today if I wanted to. I already have like the breakdown of it completed, but I'm gonna wait for the other YouTubers and stuff like that to put their content out. For one, I find it interesting to hear their perspectives on things and their breakdowns, but two, I have a lot of people now. I'm not gonna name names because I don't. That's not me, but I have a lot of people that will actually, I can tell that they almost copy paste the content that I go over in my videos to make their own. And, yeah, that's kind of like weird. Like, I get it. Like, there's only so much that you can talk about something, and especially like how to use it and whatnot. But like, I've had people like verbatim say verbatim what I say, and I'll use like odd words and stuff like that when I do it. And I'm like, okay, that's just weird. It almost sounds like they transcribed my video or exported my videos like a transcribe and then just like recopied it. I'm like, what the fuck? Would you mind giving a look to see? Yeah, that's fine, Oasis, I got you. 2 to 15 UTC. Yeah, I think somewhere between like 2 and 6 UTC would be best for me. And let's do it Friday. Ooh. Friday is the 4th, or Saturday is the 4th of July, so Friday I won't be here. Let's... We'll arrange it. We'll talk on Discord. We'll arrange it. Sometime between like 2 and 6 UTC, we'll arrange it. I'm launching Sakura, Stella, Boyd, Bodala, Julian, Eileen, Sophie. And what was it you wanted? I wouldn't lead with Julian. He doesn't have the skills talent tree. Boyd Bodala, depending on your armament set, has no damage. Marco Claude is fine. Sakura Stella is okay, but I hate having Estelle in the field personally. And Sophie Ethan's fine. Just send me an AOD report. Because some people, like a lot of people will say, oh, I'm using this 5 March setup, but they don't actually have 5 armaments to support it. So we have to look at the full picture. Why a lot of people use Julian Claude combo when Julian leading is not ideal due to his talent trees. Or am I reading it wrong? No, you're absolutely correct. For one, it kind of depends on the player. So like if you're like a really strong player and actually like really smart, you kind of like run out of options, right? Like you might have like 4 range marches and 1 infantry march, and you want to maximize the debuffs, but you don't want to sacrifice one of your 4 range damage marches by putting Claude behind them and just reducing the amount of damage that does. So you just stick Julian and Claude together, which could be your weakest march or your infantry march because you're not infantry oriented, and you just have as a damage reduction or an HP or a debuff march, whatever have you. And yes, it's not the most efficient, but you're not playing around that. You're playing around your ranged marches. So if you were to put, say, like a skills talent tree hero in front of Claude, you wouldn't remotely get the same effectiveness because you can't use Julian then. And then if you move Claude behind one of your range marches, then you miss out on the damage there. So it's situational, right? Like the shoe doesn't always fit on everybody. But ideally, yes, you don't want to be leading with Julian for sure. But there are situations, especially bigger accounts, where you don't want to do that. But for 95% of players, yeah, you don't want to lead with Julian. My Stella, Sakura, and Boyd are already transcended. I would use Sakura and Boyd for field. I would stay away from Stella for sure. Me also, when you have a second, you have entrustment. So whenever, just need help knowing what direction to fully focus on. Yo, Stitch, send me an AOD, buddy. It's actually a lot easier to just look at an AOD than it is to do an entrustment on an account. It's hard to tell like what features you can actually use or not use these days. Let's replace 2 purple beasts in my lineup. Superb and legendary. That's how it looks like now. I'm close to finishing bowl, so at least I can do counter rallies. Damn. Exodus. Exodus, which one are you in chat again? Could you just give me like a hey, or like just, I want to make sure that I focus. Is this just like a full account, like a full review, or is there anything in particular you want me to look at? You have Sakura, 3rd skill transcended, Boyd 1st, 2nd, 4th. Advice on new beasts with what ships we have built already. Like I have Chiron with crit ships. Yeah, I mean, I'll cover all of it in the video for the beast. I'll talk about the breakdown of him, pros, cons, pairings, roles, things. I'll talk about all of it. You know me. I'm not just gonna read his skills and call it a video. That's not my thing. Are you into anime? What do you think about all the collaborations IG is making with anime? And if you're into anime or you're watching one right now, what's your all-time favorite? So, funny story. My infantry account is built around full damage reduction and taking as little damage as possible and being unmovable from a tower or from a checkpoint or whatever, right? Like that was the whole idea behind it ever since I started playing infantry, like specifically Garrison. And a lot of that idea came from Rising of the Shield Hero. That was season 1 was like one of my favorite, well, really my favorite season of that anime and one of my all-time favorite animes. And it was just based around that. The guy that is pitted with a bunch of other people that have, you know, offensive weapons, and this guy has a shield. He's like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? And he ends up being like extremely strong with it and very effective. And that's kind of how I built my account. You know, like we have all the damage in the world from all the whales and other players and stuff like that. I just wanted to be a player that was hard to move. Oh, that's you, Oasis. Oh, am I dumb? Oh, okay, I got you. Give me 1 second. What do you think about the Rider meta? IGG is making the Rider dominating in this game, isn't it? No. I mean, what the problem is that every troop type will feel strong the earlier that you get something in comparison to the other ones, right? So, for example, ranged has the Section 9 armaments, which are the strongest armaments in the game, and it's not even close. And they're the first to get it. So, ranged feels very overpowered right now. Rider just got Me Talk. They just got the Rick armament sets. And those things, and so they're in a very strong place. For infantry, we haven't had anything new since Sakura TC, and so our garrisons are lacking. You know, our armaments are just the same place they've been for a long time. The last collab that we had was with the Marco event, so we're just lagging behind. So I wouldn't say that it's like a meta per se. It's just simply the state of the game, because they're not going to release Section 9 armaments with Rider armaments and infantry of the same equivalent all at the same time, right? They're smart. They're a company that's looking to make money, and they know they need to spread that out so that then the players that can spend money but not spend the most money, they can spread out those purchases over 6 months, 12 months, instead of dropping it all at once, and only 2% of the population of the game or 1% of the population of the game can acquire all of them. They can spread it out, release the same things but over a longer period of time, and then rather than 1% or 2% being able to purchase all of it, maybe they have 8% or 10%, and that's a way that they can 3x or 4x their total capital that they can get back in terms of revenue. Money spent developing all those pieces and stuff like that, or whatever the development process, and turn that into profit. So they're smart about it. Season 1 was gold to Rising of the Shield Hero. Absolutely. How's your Garrison doing against the new range set? Z, is it struggling? No, against the new range set, no. I don't have let's see. Oh, that's the rider one. I think that's the rider one as well. Oh no, it's infantry. No, I mean it's not like it's the new range set does really, really well because it's on Nova and Ethan primarily, and it just does extremely well in Garrison because it's a very skill damage oriented double AoE pair, and there's just so much survivability, sustain, and all that stuff on the basic attributes of it, the new rare homes, Nova in general, plus Ethan has very high skill damage reduction, high HP and stuff, so there's a lot of pieces there that make it work really, really well. I don't have any Garrison reports from AR. Also, AR was completely unbiased. It's Apex, so Gold and Jade were 10 times stronger than Azure and Crimson were. Jade had, I think, 7 maxed accounts on their team, and we had 1. So it wasn't even remotely close because they could just rally our tower with 3 maxed accounts and then swarm it out. Like, they had Benny, they had Crimson Rabbit, they had Olo. You got all these accounts that are just stupid strong all on one team. And again, we had 1 player in a different alliance that actually had a max garage as opposed to like the 8 that they had. So that's just Apex for you. Apex is built differently than Elite and Fearless, where all legions are built the same. In Apex, it's oriented around a gameplay style of they want big fights in the middle, so they build out a really strong Jade and a really strong Gold, because then it guarantees that it's going to be a really good fight at the end, because Azure and Crimson can't just build at Jade or Gold and block them behind their gate. I think it did. From what I heard, Ashik, it did sell to a new leader. I just don't think that they changed the name. Z for OC chips, they are really expensive and exceed my budget. Can I go for the brain and spine of OC chips and max it out? Yes. Yes, because the 2-piece bonus on normal golds isn't anything to really write home about, but it's really, really good on OCs. And then you can just get the 4-piece normal gold for the 4-piece set bonus, so it's a great thing to do. There's no problem at all. Okay, so you are running, I think you said you're running 3 marches, right? 3 to 5 marches, but primarily around 3. I would be running 3 marches. I wouldn't be running 4 or 5. Not until these are at least 3 mil total, and this one's barely there. So I'd run 3 marches. Your range ranges from 3 mil to 5.3. You have Sakura 1 skill transcended, Boyd 3 skill. For your 3 march setup, I would probably be running Boyd and Sakura. It's a slow march, but I would use that like on Alliance territory. It's extremely high damage between Boyd's skill damage and Sakura's stacking AoE and damage that she has, because you have at least 1 skill transcended, so you have at least 1 level in her weapon. I would run that as your main damage pair. And then I would run Miyamoto and Julian for your second strongest, because then he has an HP cut if targeted, but then Julian has one as well. And then, yeah, I would just keep Bodala Cloud for your 3rd march. Beast, in terms of chips, I mean, it looks like you can supplement 3 beast pairs. So combo, crit, crit. I would do combo and crit pairs for your 3 marches. So whatever you need to do to have just those, like no counter marches or nothing like that in field. You don't need counter marches in field. So I would run anything that you could do with combo, crit, crit. That's what I would do. You are running 4 infantry, 1 rider. So I'd probably take a pause on the infantry part or the backpack parts and just focus on your infantry parts. Those look fine, no problem there. 16, 15, full stop here. Get these all to level 12 and then get that to 16. So 12, 12, 12, 12, 16, and then 18, 18, 16, 16, 16, 16. So 12, 12, 12, 12, 16. Sorry, 12, 12, 12, 12, 16, 18, 18, 16, 16, 16, 16. Other than that, I mean, everything looks good. Yeah, Crimson quit. Yeah. Crimson. From what I understand, Crimson's. I don't even remember because he said that like he's like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. But then someone told me that he did full sell. I don't know if he still plays in the account on occasion or how that works. But from what I understand, he full sold. Yes. Okay. Oh shit, Stitch! I didn't realize you were 100 mil. Nice. So you range from 4 mil to 6, 7, 6, 8. You have an infantry set. Is their infantry set the weakest one, right? No, it's your rider one. Okay, so I would run Sakura. Yeah, your infantry is the strongest. I would run Sakura, Isabella. Then I would run Eileen, Julian on your second infantry pair. This is fine because this buffs your team. This would be your debuff march. This becomes a debuff march, but then high skill damage from Sakura's 30% damage and Isabella's 25% skill damage. This is fine for debuff, and then this is good for double AoE. Other than, yeah, I would do that. Sakura, Isabella, Eileen, Julian. That's the only changes I would make there. That looks good. That looks good. That looks good. Yeah, I mean, this is fine here. You're not, like, full oriented in one. Like, you have a really strong infantry, but you also have a really strong rider and a really strong range at the same time. So I would probably just level this up in a balanced way. I'll probably go, like, 18, 18, 20, 20, and then 20, 20. Because this is ranged. That's up to you. I would go 18, 18 here, and then maybe even just go 20 attack, 20 attack. So that would be like, oh, that's the defense one, huh? That's rider attack. Yeah, I would go 18, 18. And then, yeah, 18, 18, and then push the attack one to 20. And then go 19 on this defense, and then 20 on the, and then 20 all around. So 18, 18, 20, 19, 20, 20, 20. And that should give you plenty of time. Or plenty to work on until then. Yeah, I know what you rally with and stuff like that. So I would probably avoid having physical, like all physical for lead in the field, because physical just like physical, whether it be like their chips or their skills themselves, just don't perform as well in the field. You have a Chiron tier 11 here, so I would actually split this up. So I would run like a Chiron lead in front of like your your physical OCs here. So then it has crit on Chiron. And then I would run the OC chips on Kong plus a combo support to get like the combo from Kong plus his crit chips plus the combo chips from a physical beast. So I would run like Chiron and like Undead Bull and Kong and Undead Bull and then just have like one physical pair, because then you like maximize your damage output. If you have physical beasts leading in the field, you really like cripple yourself. So you could do one of two things. You could put a Kong in front of a bowl and Chiron in front of a bowl, or you could even do a Chiron in front of a bowl, Titan in front of a bowl, and then Kong in front of a Pango and Rhino in front of a Pango. But at the very, very least, yeah, I'd put Kong in front of a bowl, OC chips on Kong, combo chips on bowl, and then Chiron in front of a bowl with crit chips on Chiron, and I think OC or combo chips on Chiron, and then OC chips on that bowl, or crit chips, whatever you're using. Yeah, I mean, like the TLDR there is just I wouldn't cripple two of your marches with physical. You can do one of them, that's fine, but you have a Chiron and a Kong, so one of those should be leading to make it just strong. Other than that, everything else looks good. Yep, no, we're... Oh, holy shit, 280. I can't send that many back. I only have 5 left. 4 left. 3 left now. Thank you, good sir. Yeah, totally fine. How many Isabel events will it take to fully transcend her? It should only take 2 if you, like, really go at it. Does he have 2 leader sets? Oh, he totally does, huh? Interesting. Yeah, no worries at all, brother. That's a good account. Hi, beautiful. Oh, hey. I love you. Oh, thank you for the kisses.
I love you too.
I love you more. I love you more. Oh, thank you for all the kisses. You're the sweetest. I love you. I love you more. No. Yeah, I'll text him.
Okay.
Text. Dad. To know if Ellie. Okay, send him a text. Yes. Yes. I got Isabella done in 2 at least. I know other people that had Isabella done. I guess it kind of depends on if you're planning on using universal fragments for her, but getting like her cores and transcending all the way down, you only took 2 of them. Is this a different setup? Is that what this is, Stitch? Has to be because you have Aaron in here now as well. Dude, if you have Aaron... Hold on. If you have Aaron... Ooh. Ooh. If you have Aaron, get rid of Eileen here. Put Aaron behind Sakura. That'll become your strongest march by far. Take Eileen, put her in front of Julian, and put Isabella behind Rubina. So Sakura, Aaron, most damage. Eileen, Miyamoto, debuff. And then Rubina and Isabella. You're running a range, so I would probably only be running 3 marches in the field here. So you have a leader set, and you have 2 infantry, but you're running 3 infantry. Put Bodala in front of Julian. Julian doesn't have the skills talent tree. You're missing out on a lot here by having Julian lead. Is that a Dut behind Claude? Yeah, that is Amara or whatever. That's fine, I guess. Ideally, you don't want to have Claude leading because it's so slow on the rage proc, but that's fine. Ambry. 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 Can you hear me? Hey, Ellie is eating. She said she'll get on when she's done eating. Okay, I'll text him. Okay. Yeah, Bodala, Julian, for sure. This is fine. This is fine. It just looks like everything is kind of a work in progress for you there. You don't have a bunch of rallying. Oh, I'd get rid of that ASAP. It's a red home, but it's a bait. It's giving you fake might. Doesn't actually do anything for you. So I'll get rid of that soon. Other than that, everything else looks good. Combo. Crit. Yeah, these look fine as well. There's nothing wrong with these either. You are running 3 infantry marches, so focus on your infantry parts first. Defense, basic attack. I mean, these are fine. They're all 2 skilled pieces. There's nothing wrong with that. You're 15 and 12 here. I'd take a pause. Get this 6, 6, 6, and 6. So 6 on all these. Get both of these to 16. And then 12, 12, 12, 12. So 6, 6, 6, 6. 16, 16, 12, 12, 12, 12. Pump up the stats. Appreciate you, brother. Other than that, everything else looks good, Bev. If you want like future hero pairs and stuff like that, if you can get like a Boyd with 2nd skill transcended or Sakura with 1st and 2nd skill transcended kind of thing, you do really well, or they do well in your marches. But for what it is, yeah, your march looks, or your setups looks good for now. I am not recruiting at the moment. I'm sorry. What the fuck? We're not recruiting at the moment. I don't know who let him in, but I don't know who let them in. Will I get rid of, be good? Will be good if I get rid of the 2 rally homes on my chasey from which I rally and also use in the field. Yeah, I mean, it's so that's the thing, right? Like the homes themselves are 20% better because like the attack stat, for example, maxes out at 5% when it's troop specific, but maxes out at 6% when it's like a rally or garrison specific. So it's 20% better, but you're getting 1% bonus attack or 1% bonus defense in trade for the fact that that does 0 for you in the field. So I would rather take a stat that's a little bit worse but works 100% of the time than a stat that works a little bit better 30% of the time. You know what I mean? Like, if that makes sense. That's my approach to it, at least. I need to consider getting out of here. Yeah, I've got a meeting coming up here in about an hour, and I need to take 30 minutes before then to make sure the little one has lunch and stuff like that. Aaron, if I was using Aaron in your march, I would put Miyamoto lead here in front of Aaron. I would do Miyamoto and Aaron. Then I would run, I would swap out a Dut and just put Eileen there so you get another form of AoE. Or, since it's just a raw debuff march, you could run Miyamoto and Aaron. And then run Eileen and Julian. That way there's like a damage AoE factor out of that pair. And then Bodala behind Claude to just keep Claude alive. I mean, because it's going to be very low rage regen and low proc rate with Claude leading, because he doesn't have the skills talent tree. So the Bodala shield will just help keep him alive. So then even though it's a low rage output or rage skill output, at least he's able to survive to have more rage procs. The last thing you want to have happen is that you have a low rage regen, low rage procs. And so not only are you like releasing those skills slow, but then that march also dies, so you only were able to use the skill like once or twice. Meet you, message them, give them the expectations, and if they're willing to accept them for events. Oh, okay, even better. Yeah, if you could, can you just message them real quick? I guess I should have just assumed that because you said that they were in my stream, or that you saw that we weren't in recruiting. Yeah, if you can just let them know, like, as long as they're willing to keep up, because I think they're 100 mil, right? Yeah, 110 mil. So as long as they can score 40 mil points or 45 mil points in an event, then we'll take them. 110 mil won't inflate us a whole fuck ton, but they'll have T5 at the very least, probably T6 troops, and so it'd be fine to have another filler at that low of a rating. It's a different story if they're like 300 mil and all they can do is fill. But yeah, they're a newer account. I think it was 201. Yeah, 2016. So if they're willing to score the points, then yeah, we'll take them. It was all right, CJ. We had fun, but it was one-sided. We were the weak Legion in Azure, just like Crimson is in Apex. Azure and Crimson are much weaker than Jade and Gold, and our ally in Gold gave up quick. Like, we lasted longer in middle than they did, and we were so much weaker than they are. We scored more points in FiB than, I think it was top 1, and they had like 8 500 mil accounts or something like that, or 5 whatever 500 mil accounts in their roster. So I was confused, but you are. I would only be running one march out in the field, honestly. I mean, like, how strong is your alliance? Yeah, you've got 280. You've got all these people that are pulling you and your bracketing up in terms of like what matchmaking you're in. At that matchmaking, I wouldn't be sending anything more than this hero out into this armament set out into the field, because the rest of these are just filling up your hospital and not getting you remotely enough kills to actually justify it to offset that. And I would be running a Sophie Ethan in that pair, and that's all I would use. I would work on getting this march right here to 3 mil, and then have a second march, and in that second march, I would work on Sharon to get him completed, and then run a Julia Sharon in that second pair. Then I would work on a third march to get that to at least 3 mil, and at that point, I would have... I mean, I would try to get Claude somewhere in this mix, which you could run like a Lynn Claude or a Cedric Claude type of thing. But yeah, I wouldn't be sending anything more than just one march out there. Personally, combo. I mean, you've got the right idea for the beast and stuff, so that's fine. So yeah, I would run this one pair. I would run Sophie Ethan. I would put the double crab on that march. I would run double combo chips if you can, and that would be your main damage march. For beasts and stuff like that, I would only work on like crit and combo beasts. So this is a +10. That's good. So for your next beast pair, run a blaze and lava with double crit chips. Yeah, you'll be good. Is it good to pair bull with Pango and support for the field? I mean, physical beasts in general like are terrible at leading in the field. Majority of their skill and skill kits don't work in the field, are required to be in rally or garrison. Their beast chips primarily are garrison or rally restricted or specific. So wait, what, Baguette? It's Life Death Alliance from Discord? What does that mean? Did I miss something? Oh. Scored. Huh? Life is now smog. Chasey me talk or me talk Chasey for rally pair? Chasey me talk for sure. Because so me talk, what she does is that she'll use her rage skill and then immediately look at the next 3 seconds of damage to collect that information to total up the damage being dealt and then deal that as bonus damage. And Chasey, what she does is she'll use her rage skill and then it's the next 5 seconds that she'll do increased damage. So if you lead with me talk, she'll use her rage skill first, immediately look at the next next 3 seconds, and in that next second, all Chasey will do is say, I'm using my rage skill. So you actually miss 1 full second of bonus damage. Whereas if you have Chasey lead, Chasey will use her rage skill, and then the next second, as soon as me talk starts, the next second me talk goes, okay, for the next 3 seconds, I'm looking at the damage to total it up. And that's only second 1 for me or for Chasey for bonus damage. Then seconds 2, 3, and 4 is totaled up for me talk, and then she still has 1 more second after that of bonus damage from Chasey. But me talk gets all 3 seconds to total it up. Oh, I see what you mean. I see. Okay. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I don't really know much about other members in the community. I apologize. I see so many names in this game. It's ridiculous. Can you give me a 5 March just on range? What would be your... If you were ranging for the field, it would be the same 5 squads for everything. 5 squads for ranged? Do you have access to Aaron and Isabella? That's one question. Do you have access to Aaron, Isabella, and or Jack Bronte? No worries at all. I'm a serial spammer chronically online. Oh, you can zoom out of your base now. That's cool. That's the change that they did. I actually didn't really notice that. Um, 5 March range. I would probably, like, if you have access to it, I would have Isabella supporting. Okay, so you do have access to Isabella and Aaron. So I would probably run Cedric, Isabella, Sophie, and Ethan. Cedric, Isabella, Sophie, Ethan. Actually, no. I would run Sophie, Bard, if you have Bard fully transcended. Cedric, Isabella. Ethan and Aaron. Sharon and Claude. And Jack and probably Lynn. Or Jack and Julia. Probably Jack and Lynn, though. Yes, because Cedric and Cedric Isabella would just be very high single target damage. Cedric has a little bit of AoE there, but Isabella's bonus skill damage plus Cedric's stacking damage plus debuff works really well. Plus Isabella gives rage regen for that pair. Sophie and Bard would be Sophie's low rage proc at 900. plus the increasing of skill damage received by nearby enemies, then makes it to where Bard's AoE kills marches more often because they're debuffed. Then he gets the attack bonus and rage regen for killing those marches, plus he has the defense cut. Ethan gives the AoE, the double AoE, plus good survivability stats, paired with Aaron for the movement speed, plus the rage regen and raw skill damage bonus, plus she's AoE as well, just makes it a very strong double AoE pair. Sharon and Claude is your debuff march with HP cut from both of them. And then your Jack and Lynn is just your tanky, healthy, single target march to the field to cover that 5th march spread. I have Isabella and Aaron, not Jack. Okay, if you don't have Jack, then I'd run Lynn and Julia for your last march. I'm using a tab, so to zoom to my shelter, I needed a full 180 split of my fingers. Oh no. Can't all benefit, I guess. Okay, guys, it is it's 11:40 here, so I got 20 minutes to go take care of the little one and make sure that she's got food for her lunch and stuff like that, and then I got to go back into some work meetings for the afternoon and stuff. So I am going to head out of here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for the Pompeii. It was a really good one. It was a really fun one. For those that are just tuning in now, we actually had a really good fight against MD71. They're a very strong team, and it was a good match all around, so that was a lot of fun. So if you haven't seen it, watch this live stream back. You'll be able to see at the beginning for the first hour. It was a fun one. For everybody else that is here, again, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Don't forget to drop a like on this. I will be releasing a video later this week for the new beast, so look forward to that. It's not just going to be a reading of the skills or whatever have you. We'll actually talk about the skill breakdown, the pros and the cons, situational use for different roles, field, rally, garrison, ship setups, beast pairings, all that stuff on it. So it'll be the full in-depth guide. So yeah, just stay tuned for that later this week. Other than that, again, guys, you guys know the rules. You guys know what we do here. Hug someone, tell them that you love them. Life is short. You don't know when things will change. Things change overnight. Yeah, and so if you can hug someone and tell them you love them and make life a little bit better for someone else, I say go do it. I will see you guys later. Peace.